Well, howdy, folks. It's on a Friday morning. It's a Friday evening where my guest is at the moment. And we're talking about world pools because several race meetings get grouped into the world pools, of which the first one was the Cape Town Met for the year. And now they've introduced the Flemington race meeting tomorrow, Saturday, to the schedule. And Gareth Peppers, our Australian correspondent, joins us now on holiday, Nochal. You're not in Sydney.
No, hello everyone. Nico, it's good to be back. I'm in a beautiful place. If anyone likes geography, they should just Google Fingal Bay. It's about 3 hours north of Sydney.
Right.
It's a hidden gem. Gorgeous, like beautiful beaches, great seafood. Straight after this, I'm going down to the local pizza and beer place.
Yeah.
We're down here with a couple friends of ours, and just
Do you have
wonderful.
do you have a place there, or do you Airbnb? What do you do?
We're Airbnb-ing it, but the long-term goal is to get a place here. We love it here. We actually come here 2 or 3 times a year.
So when you do get a place there, you know where to send the address to, so we can be invited.
You're always welcome. Always.
Thanks very much. Okay, so Fingal Bay is where we're doing the discussion from today, and the reason for that, as we say, is because of this that I'm going to show you now. There are races at Flemington on Saturday morning. They come through very early South African time, so the actual meeting starts at 25 to 4 in the morning here and finishes at 20 to 9 in the morning. And the feature race on the day, as you can see when I post it up now, is this race coming now. It's the Black Caviar Lightning Stakes. And there it is, race 7 on the card, but that jumps at 7:20. But more about that momentarily, because Gareth and I are going to discuss 3 races on the card. Now, with World Pools, Gareth, I don't know if you are fully aware how it works. Basically, every country that belongs to the jurisdiction will bet into these pools, and the pools are massive. So if you wake up at 6 o'clock, you can bet on the Francis Trissardi Stakes, which is a Group 3 for fillies and mares, and hopefully you can give us a nice start to these 3 races. What do you fancy, Gareth?
I like the number 4 here, Anna Visto, Mick Price, and Jamie Carr. I really like this mare. She's best weighted, as you can see by the ratings.
Yeah.
She was very disappointing last time out. That was 34 weeks ago, but desperately unlucky. Nothing went her way. She was vetted, and I think it was probably just the end of a long preparation. You cannot go wrong with Jamie Carr. I mean, everything she throws her leg over turns into a winner. She's riding 1 winners in Hong Kong, and she's flying. She's a superstar jockey, and I'm going with that horse. Very short to start, but I think she'll be very hard to beat personally.
Okay, so a win bet on Anna Visto. You think that'll win? Anything from the others that we can maybe take in a place, or these duplas, as they call them, quinellas, I think they call them actually, for the world pools?
I think, sentimental or sentiments should play a part with Black Caviar. The trainer was Peter Moody. I like his runner here, Boogie Dancer, number 8. She's $8. She hasn't got a bad record. 4 wins from 7 starts. She's on the up. She's a young filly. I've made a note here that she was bumped. She also had a very rough passage in her last start. She's a grade 2 winner, and she's 2 for 2 from the distance. So, if the $2.30 about the favorite isn't your fancy, I think Boogie Dancer will be right there. I think she's a filly on the up, and she's probably one that has bigger targets in mind for the next summer that's coming up. So she's my next choice. And then I like horse number 3 for Damien Oliver in the Hayes Yard, Excelida. Also another one she's got a rating over 100. She's earned a lot of money. She's proven, tried and tested. She's an older mare, and she's second up, and her second up record, just for reference, is 5 runs, 3 wins, and a placing. So not too shabby. And 4 of her 6 career victories have come over 1,400. So I think she's another one that, if the youngsters fail or maybe need another run or 2 to get things going in this prep, probably there to pick up the pieces. But I think it's between the 4 and 8 for me.
Okay, that's Gareth pretty confident on Anna Visto in the 5th race at Flemington in the morning. Now, race 6 jumps at 20 to 7 South African time. If you're up early on a Saturday morning, you'll be able to catch the CS Hayes Stakes, also 1400 meters. This is for Colts and Geldings, though. Group 3 contest. And where are we going for the potential winner here?
I think if you look at the ratings, Nico, it's pretty straightforward for me. Number 5, Elliptical. He's the highest rated horse by a distance, by an absolute distance. He's been second in 2 Group 1s. He's returning after a 15-week break. Blake Shin rides him. He's the right horse on ratings for sure. He's drawn in the absolute car park in the bush.
Yeah. That's probably the negative, isn't it? The 14.
That is the negative. Wow. But I don't see him as a $7 shot at all. I thought he'd be closer to sort of, 5 to 2, 3 to 1. Definite first choice for me. But going further down, this is a race. When I looked at it, there are a lot of lightly raced youngsters in this race. And, it takes 1 or 2 of them to improve and start coming through the grades. And, a lot of them have had a bit of a break. And they're coming back to the races. My next choice is the 14 Attrition. Mitch Friedman trains here. He's won 2 of 4 and he's got 2/3 to his name. He is the favorite, and I'm not surprised. He's got a great draw. He's definitely going to improve. He's going to have to run a career best race to beat Elliptical, but I thought he was a definite chance here. And someone else that I like here is the 2. If you could go up there, Bella Bow. I think this horse is a huge shot. And when I did the form, he was 16 to 1. He's now into 13 to 1. I think he's a massive chance. This horse, he's won 6 of 10. I think you must include him. And if I was going to put my money on any of them, it would probably be the 2 ahead of any of the others. Again, another one drawn a bit in the bush, but he's not a 13 to 1 shot at all. And I think those are the 3 main chances. But as you know, Nico, these 3-year-olds, these colts, when that are lightly raced, they can improve a bit in work or maybe come back after a bit of a freshen up. And if they do improve that touch, they could be anything. But I think we might be on the right track with those 3.
Well, I made that point, Gareth, when we spoke about our Guineas race at the beginning of the month. I said it's very, very tough when you have closely matched 3-year-olds running against each other that aren't truly exposed, going the mile and even further for the Classic when it runs in March, and that you can predict with absolute certainty what's going to happen. And we got the result. I mean, we got Rachel Venniker, Eye of the Prophet, much lower rated than the others, carrying level weights and beating them. And I wasn't shocked at that result because, as you quite rightly say, whilst the 14 on the card here is only rated, I mean, what was it rated? 68, and Elliptical is 104. It's obvious that Elliptical has run in races against higher rated horses and done well, but there's an unexposed horse, and his favorite, Attrition, with a much better draw. So I agree with you. I think that would probably be the right way, but I am respecting what you're saying about Bella Bow. And as Gareth says, that might be the nice each-way horse on the World Pools, number 2 in race number 6. Right, the big race of the day. And you're not obviously going to be at Flemington, but I know that we have a big South African contingent at the Asian Racing Conference. And I think that's why they pushed for this race meeting to be a World Pools race, because they're all there discussing racing matters at the Asian Racing Conference. And I think even the World Tote Pools were there and said, geez, we're here anyway. Let's throw this in for good measure. So here is the Black Caviar Lightning. It's a weight for age race over 1,000 meters. $1 million is the stake. And it really is there for Nature Strip to take it, isn't it?
Absolute superstar. I mean, this is a race from a purist point of view that you want to see the champion destroy this field, but it's also a race, Nico, where the youngsters can start coming through, and he should do well. He's looking great. I saw pictures of Stuart. I forget Stuart's surname. Former Stipe and assistant trainer to Sean Terry.
Not Williams.
Williams, yes.
Yeah.
He's the strapper. He's the groom for Nature Strip, and there were very affectionate pictures all on Instagram or.
Is he really? I didn't know that.
Yes, he's the number 1 groom for Nature Strip. Can you believe it?
Unbelievable. Maybe I don't know if you can't get his number from somewhere. We can maybe contact him for Clock in the Gallop and have a word with him then.
You know what? We'll ask our roving man who's got a finger in every pie, Keegan Latham.
Please ask him, because I know Stuart very well. As you quite rightly mentioned, he was a stipendiary steward here on the Highveld. Great guy.
Lovely guy.
And I'd love to chat to him. I think he worked for Sean Terry for a while, actually, too.
For a long time. He was with Sean, and then he became a steward, and then he's out here. So I will make sure that's part of, I'm going to write that down as part of my homework for Nico.
Yeah. Put that down as your homework to do on your to-do list. So do it when you're having a cup of tea with your pizza just now.
I will do. But listen, what can you say about Nature Strip? World champion, superstar, over $20 million in earnings. Just the horse of a lifetime. So
22 wins. 22 wins from 41 starts. Incredible. $20 million. You'd like to own a piece of that.
Just a small 10%, I would have taken.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So if he is to fluff his lines, who's there to pick up the pieces?
There's two horses I really like. One's Coolangatta. We've spoken about her many times. Yes. She's a wonderful filly. She's bulked up. She's had a bit of a break. She's highly rated. Jamie Carr rides. She's got a bit of weight advantage, 4.5 kilos. I really like her. She's won Group 1. She will continue to win Group 1s. She's a lovely filly with her whole career ahead of her, Nico, being a 3-year-old. She's my next best. I also like the likes of number 2, I Wish I Win, Peter Moody, and we're talking about sentiment. That is the combination that Black Caviar were. Peter Moody, Luke Nolan.
And Luke Nolan, yeah.
Yeah, and I never got to see her in the flesh, the big girl. I did manage to see Winks a few times, which will forever be grateful for, but he's a young gelding as well. He's got a great rating. He's earned over $5 million, which again highlights just how much money you can win here in Australia. So I think he's another massive chance. But there are good fillies in this race. I mean, Bella Nipotina, number 5 from the Mar Eustace yard, very talented. September Run from the Waller yard with Blake Shin in the irons, very, very talented as well. And then we've also got Buenos Noches, who's a 3-year-old colt. Craig Williams normally rides September Run for Chris Waller in Melbourne, and he's opting to ride Buenos Noches, which may tell a story as well. But listen, there are a whole host of them, Nico. I think this is a race you maybe find 1 or 2 at a price because they're all at a price because of Nature Strip. Put a couple each way on a few and hope if he fluffs his lines that you can capitalize. But I think it's his race for the taking. His trial was exceptional at Flemington the other day. He's just evergreen at 8 years old, and he has nothing to prove. And I think it's just a great spectacle to see. I love it seeing champions racing at this age. Of course, being a gelding, he can't do much else after racing, can he? So, I think it's his to lose. But there's a couple waiting in the wings that are the next big sort of sprinting stars of Australia.
Yeah, I agree with you there. I think he's a wonderful individual, Nature Strip, and he is very short on the tote, but he does look like a proverbial banker in your bets at Flemington tomorrow morning. Gareth, great to catch up with you. Thanks for that short little preview, but we always like chatting to you. I know you'll always send a message through if there's something to talk about from down under, and we look forward to your continuous contributions on this channel. It's well appreciated, not only by myself, but also all our followers and all our people that watch it consistently. Thanks so much. Enjoy the rest of your break and speak to you when you're back in Sydney.
Absolutely. Thanks. And I wish everyone well. Enjoy the racing. And you guys have a big meeting on Saturday, don't you? I think you got the derby.
Well, no, not really. I'll tell you what, we haven't it's been pouring in Joburg. We haven't had racing here for the last week. They cancelled Sunday, they cancelled Tuesday, they cancelled Thursday. And there is a meeting scheduled for Saturday at Turffontein. It's not a big meeting, but it does feature some nice 3-year-olds in the Agorli Mile. And I'm hoping to call that meeting home tomorrow. But let's hope and pray that we don't have more rain. I know you guys have had your fair share there, but we've had it this week. It's been unbelievably hard, the rain, and we're hoping to race tomorrow.
Well, I hope you do. And again, great to be on the show, and I'm always available anytime.
Thanks, Gareth. All the best to the family, and we'll speak soon.
Cheers.
Bye.